Hey, what up, world? Michelle Robb here, Real Mom 619, coming to you live from sunny San Diego. Wow, what a week it has been. I had no idea that a 15-minute Judge Judy appearance was going to inspire so many passionate comments, words of encouragement, just the gambit. It was very overwhelming. Mucho appreciated. I love it. Oh, and I just realized I'm wearing the same shirt that I wore on Judge Judy. So yeah, this last week has been a whirlwind with all of the attention that I've been receiving. It's been interesting watching my friends and loved ones process the information as well. I have amazing freaking friends. Like I'm so amazingly blessed. And through this journey, this little judgment journey, I've been able to really see who's got my back, who doesn't. In one thought process, there's a certain individual who I knew he was going to have a hard time with all of this, but at the same time, I really thought he had turned a corner in our relationship. And I'll tell you why. So, the episode was on Monday, and of course I start getting hit up by the world. This certain individual, now normally, he would immediately criticize. That's just who he is. But this time, he asked questions. Which, to me, when you ask questions, you are trying to understand. When you are trying to understand, you are growing your empathy. You know, once you understand, you can kind of put yourself in someone else's shoes. And I feel like that's what he was trying to do. So instead of attacking me and criticizing, holding judgment against me, he was asking questions to better understand, which was phenomenal. Especially for this individual. Anyway, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, he's on Team Michelle. He says, fuck the world, fuck the haters, fuck what anybody else thinks. It's a silly TV show. They only showed one side of the story, blah, 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 yada, yada. Team Michelle. Come Saturday, I felt like he kind of was pulling away from the situation. It's a lot to digest. It's a lot to be okay with. It's a lot to endure. And this specific person has kind of an indirect role on how I got to where I was. So this person feels a little bit responsible for it as well. And I kind of brought that up to him on Saturday. And I said, as the story gets out there, people might pass judgment against you as well. I said, I just hope you're ready for it. And I think that struck a nerve with him. Because come Sunday morning, I was getting a lot of attitude from him and I didn't understand. And so I asked him to elaborate as to why he was, like, WTF, bro. And he told me, I'm still trying to stomach your little publicity stunt. Much different reaction than previously of the understanding, asking questions. So now we're back in a very critical mindset, very judgmental mindset, which I thought was interesting. Now I understand it as a defense mechanism, and his way of just dealing with it is to tuck the tail between the legs and hide. The funny part about this judgment and criticism is this individual went to Tijuana on Saturday night and went to a whorehouse. So, not okay for me being falsely portrayed as a home-wrecking potential escort, totally okay to pay for sex. So yeah, you can see you can see where I was a little confused with this person, with the judgment and criticism coming from this person. But over the last couple days, like this week was a little tough because this person is near and dear to my heart. But over the last couple days, I realized, oh, thank you, Venus in retrograde. Thank you, thinning of the veil. Thank you, life. Thank you, experiences. Thank you, universe, for giving me this opportunity to learn a lesson, especially with this individual, because this ain't our first rodeo. That judgment piece, that piece of not backing me up. And I get that this is a lot to deal with, but I mean, there have been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments from my friends and loved ones, from people I don't even know, showing their support. So for this individual to flip the script like that and just be so judgmental about something that he's kind of sort of doing himself was very, very hurtful. Very, very hurtful for the first couple days. But by yesterday, I started thinking, oh, it's supposed to happen like this. He's supposed to bail out on me again because he is not supposed to be part of this new journey that my life is taking. Judgment, criticism, those are products of the lack matrix, as many spiritual folk call it. This 3D reality that has encapsulated humankind for many, many years. It's war programming. It's manifestations of lack. It's manifestations of hurt. So anytime you're operating in a mindset of lack, of hurt, of just the icky stuff, very ego-based, very lack-based. And it became very, very clear to me that this individual is still very, very stuck in this 3D reality. I have been on my ascension process since 2012, and it's been interesting. Highs, lows, backwards, forwards. But I've always known that I was meant for greater things. I always knew that if I allowed love to lead the way, it would bring a better me. And that's a win for everybody. A better me is a win for me. It's a win for humanity, and so on and so forth. So having that realization of, oh, this person's not supposed to be a part of the next leg of my journey. It's okay to let it go. Regardless of all the feelings that this individual and I shared, it's okay to let go. And I think a lot of us are going through similar things. On my Instagram, I post a ton of inspirational and spiritual based type stuff. And the comments that I'm receiving there as well is tons of people are resonating with it. I also watch a couple different tarot readers on YouTube here, and both of them were hitting the nail on the head, saying that, look, this is a transition phase. This is a time to shed the unnecessary energies that no longer serve us. So I thank the universe. I thank myself. I thank these experiences because it's given me that clarity now and understanding now that, oh, this is all supposed to be happening. That experience, that relationship, that those thoughts, those feelings, these actions, everything that had to do with this person served its purpose for the time that it was supposed to. And now it's time to move on. Now it's time to go get those bigger and better things. Now it's time to cut those cords and continue on the journey that you are meant to be here for. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. Take it for what it's worth. If it resonates with you, wonderful. If it doesn't, wonderful. My hope is to come on here to YouTube, share my stories. I've got some crazy stories. I've got some crazy experiences, and I hope that they can bring light and love and hope for others of you that may be struggling through things. I mean, boy, do I have some stories. And it just crazy life stories, like my kid's dad going from a fire captain to showing up at their school almost getting arrested, calling the police officer the N-word, having the principal of my kid's school have to call the cops on their dad, going from a fire captain to getting in a drunk driving accident with your children in the car. I mean, I've got all these kinds of crazy stories. Both of my marriages have taught me a lot, have given me insane amounts of perspective. And if I can share my story and bring some even if it's just a laugh into your world, wonderful, my job is done. So yeah, and I appreciate you being here on this crazy journey with me. Stay tuned. I hope to shoot tons more videos, share my stories, and we'll go from there and see what happens. Namaste, my friends. Much love.